So I know that there's not really been a whole lot of great content on the channel this past week, but honestly there's really not a whole lot to do in the game at the moment. We've pretty much covered all of the main events and everything like that going on, and at the moment I don't want to spend a whole bunch of extra materials on characters just because of the upcoming stuff. I want to make sure that I can get those characters up and everything when they come out. So the big thing that I wanted to talk about was with the next update, pretty much I would guarantee it to be the new Holy War Festival with Festival Zeldris and Chandler coming out. I do want to let you know, if you don't already know, a lot of people probably already do, but the draw tickets, the race draw tickets that we find over here, these ones in particular because they have demons, fairies, and goddesses on them, Chandler will be added to these tickets whenever, I don't think it's the week when he leaves the banner, but it might be the week after that or so. I can't remember exactly when it is that he gets added to it, but he is going to be added to these. So I've started to sort of accumulate these and try to save them up and everything like that, because honestly, it's been a while since I've had a unit that I'm actually super interested in trying to get copies of that are actually on these race draw tickets and everything like that. So Chandler being a really, really good member of the Assault Mode Meliodas team, with him being added to the banner, I was like, well, it's probably a good time to start saving these up. So every time I get one of these tickets from whether it be the login event or just various stuff that gives these to you, sometimes new story chapters, or I think the collaboration story stuff actually gave a couple of them. Me personally, I end up with an excess of silver coins, and I don't really farm all that much anymore. Like you can see, I still already have almost 500 of them. Every once in a while, even though they cost 20, and it's definitely not the best use of your coins. If you still do farm a lot, I would recommend just buying stamina pots with these. But as a player who's played the game for a long time, and I don't really farm all that much, the only time I farm is when they're doing the half stamina weekends and stuff like that on Fort Solgris. I don't really use stamina pots, so instead I've been buying a couple of these every so often, just to kind of stock up on them and everything like that, so that way I'll have a decent chance at trying to pull an extra copy of Chandler. Obviously the big kicker is that there's quite a few characters in this banner at this point, so it's a 6% chance for an SSR, but you can only do 5 at a time. And I mean, it's a 0.2% chance at the moment for all of the SSRs, but you can see there's so many SSRs on this banner right now. And it's only going to get worse with more characters being added to it. So the chances of me getting one are obviously pretty slim, but it's honestly not too bad, because although Chandler is really good and I would prefer to get copies of Chandler, none of my Archangels are 6/6 at this point, so I would love to get extra copies of the Archangels. Honestly, I don't really use Demon Hendrickson all that much, but I would love to get extra copies of him in case I need him in the future because of his passive. There's just a couple of extra characters in this banner that are honestly pretty decent. So, I mean, Zeldris would be kind of nice. I would actually be okay. If I could get enough copies of this green Fraudrin, I think I would be somewhat interested in trying to build him up, but honestly, he's kind of a Whalers unit where you need to max out his cosmetics and stuff, so I probably wouldn't go for that too much. So yeah, but there's a pretty decent amount of characters in here that are actually worth having, and getting extra copies wouldn't be the end of the world. So honestly, these are pretty decent tickets. The Archangels are obviously the big one aside from Chandler, I think, but yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty decent time to start saving those up. You may have already started saving them up prior to this, whenever they first figured out that they were going to add Chandler to this banner, but I definitely recommend trying to save them for right now, just because, with Chandler being added and the Archangels on it, it's pretty much a win-win. If you pull one, that's fantastic. If not, oh well. I mean, the odds on these tickets aren't really going to change. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have anything else to go over. Hopefully we get to see some new content and everything like that coming out with the new Festival Zeldris and everything like that. So we should be having a pretty interesting week coming up next week. Hopefully we'll do some live summons and everything like that when the banner drops. And yeah, that is basically it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video.